Yes, that's right, everyone. Welcome. We're here with the Captain's Draft Southeast Asian Qualifiers with a new patch, Clutch Gamers against Mineski, and I'm joined by none other than Brax. It's been a long old week. Just got back from Hamburg, but read a couple of the patch notes. Brax, I'm pretty interested to see what happens today.
Yeah, very, very interesting. We have the new Captain's Draft mode being displayed here. It looks pretty nice, but Gareth, I actually have zero clue what is good right now.
Oh, dude. We looked through them the other night, and I got about a third of the way through it, and I thought, screw this, I'm going to bed. Like, I just couldn't, I was overwhelmed, I couldn't handle it, and I've just been picking away, kind of going back to the patch notes every now and then, and just checking out something new every couple of hours, and I never cease to be amazed. But Captain's Draft, do we have any of the kind of interesting heroes in here? This looks like a pretty sick 7.06 pool, to be honest. Look, Bane, Monkey, Arc Warden, Underlord, Brewmaster. We've got some really great heroes, and of course, Broodmother just instantly banned out by Clutch. Like, nah, not handling this.
Yeah, Brood Timbersaw with these limited hero pools are super difficult to deal with, but I'm interested to see, like, I actually know nothing. Like, what are some of the big changes here? Like, what heroes do you think we're gonna see?
That question is so
Great
difficult.
answer.
Thanks.
Me too.
Put me on the spot there, why don't you? I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to the most is Invoker Cataclysm. The Sunstrike is at level 20 talent, where it creates 2 Sunstrikes next to every hero on the map. That thing sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
We had a whole bunch of different talent changes. Obviously, a couple of kind of new spells added through talents, it feels like. You know, we were hearing a bit about this during and after TI, that we were going to see a lot more kind of Aghanim Scepters creating new heroes on or new spells on heroes. But it looks like they've done that through talents. And honestly, I really like the kind of shift away from here's plus 20 movement speed, here's plus 125 HP. And they've kind of made talents more interesting and more kind of dynamic, rather than having a guaranteed this is the best talent 95% of the time, and then the other one's just like a bit of a meme. Now things seem a lot more stable.
Chen, alright.
Alright, we're learning together. Did Chen get changed? Did Chen get changed much?
I'm trying to find out right now.
Remove Test of Faith teleport. His attack range got increased. Oh, there's some. Oh wait a second. They changed it back from Test of Faith TP to the Holy Persuasion TP.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay, interesting.
Radiant team pick.
Because that's how it used to be. What, like 2 or 3 years ago, where Holy Persuasion was the TP ability. That's interesting. We saw so much of like 044 builds, right, where Penitence was just never leveled. Maybe this is an attempt to try and get it to be leveled up a bit more, get a value point in it, because Test of Faith was just like the skill.
Usually, well, you always max the creep takeover anyways, right? So it has the shorter recall time.
Tuscan Monkey. Okay. Jab's Tuscan coming. I mean, it's one of his signature heroes for sure. Getting it in a pool like this seems pretty nice. Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out though that like Nature's Prophet's not been picked up yet. Brewmaster has been ignored. The Clockwork is still out there. But I guess with a Chen, you want kind of a hard 5 support. We've seen so much more of Chen being a greedier jungle farmer. You know, the way that Lil does it. But they're gonna leave their other support hero till later on, as they get the Weaver. It's pretty good against the Monkey King. Scout him in trees with the Swarm and all of that, but 2 squishy heroes early on.
Yeah, the Weaver is also nice because it helps with the lane setup. Chen is always in the jungle pretty much, and it's hard to pressure the Weaver's lane, especially with the heroes that are left in the pool.
Okay, I have to turn myself down and turn you up.
Alright, so
I just have to turn
is this
you
where
up a
Spectre
bit.
comes out? Oh, yeah.
Spectre.
What do these heroes do? I don't have a clue. I'm so thrown off by the changes.
It just isn't Dota anymore, right?
Exactly, it's a whole new game.
It's a whole new game. Let's just go through the changes like one by one. Monkey and Tusk, I don't feel like they got changed too much.
Radiant team
Yeah, Monkey King didn't get changed like at all. A few little scaling things, but nothing really amazing. They swapped around. Oh no, he got that extra thing on his ulti, +1 Wukong command ring on his level 25 talent. Then they moved the boundless strike damage to 20 and made it 50%. +100 armor on Wukong's command. What? What?
Jesus.
5 seconds remaining.
It's like when you're a kid and something new comes out and you're just so fascinated with it. Everything is so just it's new again.
Right. This is blowing my mind. Oh yeah, I have to stop alt tabbing to check the patch notes. Apparently I lose some FPS when I do that. So whatever. That's just gonna have to happen. Arkward and Kotl both removed. FPS should be fine. I'm not gonna alt tab anymore, guys, I promise. Viper. Oh
Okay,
yes.
Viper.
Here we go.
Yep, your classic disgusting green hero.
The lane winner. Doesn't really struggle when Chen ganks him either, right? He's gonna have a reason as a Hurricane Pike purchaser as well against
10
Clockwork.
seconds remaining.
That just seems like a solid all-round pick.
Yep, looks pretty good, and there's not a whole lot left in the pool that I would say deals very well with the Viper. He is gankable by the Chen early with his slow 285 move speed and everything, but he's one of those heroes that are so tanky that if it takes that long to kill him, Tusk can rotate in, TP in, anyone can come to help, and then it's easy to turn. Oh boy, oh boy. So, is this... it's an offlane clock, right?
I would assume so. But that's what
I guess it
kind of-
has to be, right?
That's what I was kind of wondering, right? It's like, what's your other support in the pool? If you've got Chen, there's an Ogre in there?
I guess it is a support clock, and it's like a 5 Chen. And, you know, it works because he doesn't need to help Weaver that much in the lane.
Now Brax is too loud and I'm too soft. Oh, it's a good start to the morning. Okay, this here. There we go. We should be exactly perfect now. I apologize for this, guys. We'll get there eventually. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. The lag will go. The audio problems will fix. We just have to try and normalize our voices. I'm just naturally loud anyway. Right, OD against Viper seems good. They've got the Clockwork to try and trap people and cogs for them to output damage, but like lockdown-wise outside of laning phase, Clutch seem pretty limited. Like, they don't have much team fight, it feels like. They'd like have to latch onto one target, blow them up, and like get numbers advantage to swing through team fights. I guess Chen does help sustain you through.
Yeah,
But-
he does help a little bit, but it doesn't feel like enough, does it?
No, right, with like a Monkey King ulti just thrown in there, I don't know how you're going to be able to battle into it, just have to wait it out and hope for the best. Maybe we'll just see, you know, Hurricane Pike on OD, Dragonlance Weaver try and outrange Mineski as much as they can. But there's so little catch on Clutch. Or honestly, I'm surprised like Furion hasn't been picked yet.
Yep, you would think it pairs very nicely with the Chen. What is this? Drow Ranger,
Oh,
okay.
cool. Okay. The Drow Ranger against the
Okay,
Viper.
so I was really worried about their lanes because OD against Viper is not good for OD at all, in the early parts especially. And, I mean, this makes their lanes that much stronger. It's going to be the offlane Weaver probably.
10 seconds remaining.
Drow and OD can go wherever they please, and then Chen's just going to make all the moves.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, a lot rests on the back of this Chen then, as Mineski, with their final pick, what are we going for here? Mid-Viper, safe lane Monkey, roaming Tusk, I'm guessing like a support Wind Ranger kind of deal here. Unless they swing like off-lane Wind Ranger, but yeah, okay.
Okay. Oh, I called that.
You did, you called it a while back. What's great for the Spectre here? I guess like, gap close on the Drow, but outside of that I'm struggling.
This is just so weird. I'm so thrown off because I'm not sure, like, what's going to happen. You see these heroes and don't really know where they're going to go until the very, very end of the draft.
And it's not just the regular kind of captain's draft shenanigans, right? It's not just the, oh, there's random heroes in the pool. It's also the new patch stuff with all the new talents, the new items. What's the new urn called? Because I saw that and I thought that was pretty. The Soul Release Vessel? Soul Vessel or something? Yeah. Spirit Vessel.
Okay.
Spirit Vessel. So it gets all the cool stuff from urn. You buy a Vitality Booster and a Windlace, you add it in. And in addition to the urn behavior, casting on an enemy target now reduces enemy HP regen and heals by 70%, and drains 3% of the target's current health per second. Casting on an allied target now amplifies HP regen and heals by 20%, and increases the target health by 1% of their current health per second. That isn't the most convoluted item I've ever seen, but it's close. Oh, there's some. It's gonna be a headache of a day. I'm kind of glad, but also sad. There's only one game today, one series today, or else my brain would actually explode. Right.
I'm just sitting here reading the changes.
you do that.
Like I don't know what to do. I'm looking at items. I'm looking at new talents. Weaver has a mana break talent now. Jesus.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 10. That looks disgusting. That looks pretty cool. 20?
That seems ridiculous.
So, alright. I saw on Twitter that there was a bug with the mana break talent, that it stacks with the Fusel Blade. I don't know if that's a bug or a feature, we don't really know, I guess, but... I don't know, Gareth. Maybe it was fixed and I'm retarded. I have no clue, man. Let's just watch.
What? Like, how much mana break does AM get?
He gets 64 at max level.
Okay, but it's like 24, you know, 35, whatever, up to 64, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it's not that insane, but with Geminate attack?
That's
cool,
just extra
right.
damage, right?
Yeah, exactly. Seems it's such a good harassment tool as well. Like just being able to right-click people down, burn their mana so they can't play aggressively into you. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Mineski playing aggressive into Bounty Rune. Oh shit, dude, all the Bounty Rune and shrines and stuff got moved around as well.
30 seconds.
Okay, this isn't going to be confusing at all. Wait, where's the Radiant Bounty? Oh, so Radiant Bounty Rune's here. Oh, they're killing Chen. Yeah, they're killing Chen. I just got so excited. I got so excited. We see it. We see him die. It's fine. It's fine. So the aggressive maneuver works for Mineski. Clutch are trying to do a similar move on their own. Ninja Boogie's just down here scouting, apparently, with the Wind Ranger. Oh, the new chat wheel! Retreat from Shrine!
Oh my god.
Oh! Okay. Look at how sick it is for the Radiant mid laner gets 2 Bounty Runes and TP's
And then he
mid.
TP's what?
Oh my god. No way. And by Radiant I meant Dire. Jabs is in trouble. Backstabbed by Chen. Battery Assault is there and Bok goes through with the Shikuchi. So at least some kind of a cross kill there from losing Chen up top. But, right, so OD getting 2 Bounty Runes because they're so close to each other and TPing mid. How big is that?
I mean, this dude's basically got another Null Talisman instantly.
I can't even click on the courier. The creeps are in the way. Salve comes out to Armel. So 1 melee creep has gone from mid. Goodbye. No one's dual laning mid anymore. This is just like a natural 1v1. Spectre's playing aggressive into the Weaver, who's alone down here 1v3. Chen is playing Radiant side jungle. And then you got Isosize just, you know, offlane Monkey King against the Drow Ranger. No big deal.
This tower, sorry, this is totally like useless, but yeah, that dire area looks so weird, doesn't it?
I was just about to ask you, for a hero like Viper, being able to kind of maneuver yourself in, you know, new aggressive sort of harassment ways seems like a huge quality of life improvement. Like being able to kind of backstab here without because you can't get hit by the tower over here. It's outside of range. So you've got all this new room for activities. Good ensnare from Chen, and an early point in the Arcane Orb from Armel means that Moon's gonna die. No, Fairy Fire keeps him alive! Barely survives, gets up onto the high ground, and I don't think the Boombacks can chase him. Top lane, Ice dies, Fly Solo does trade, and all the troll, you're right, 1 second till the ensnare comes. Is it gonna be in range? Just about. Moon trapped. Not really a lot of damage for the Chen here, though. A couple more hits will secure it. Boombacks is diving for it, but he won't quite finish off the Viper in at mid lane.
Alright, so yeah, that happened. Oh, okay, so I didn't realize, but Windrunner Shackle Shot is better now at early levels. Much better. It's 2 seconds level 1.
Oh,
so
nice.
I guess that kind of, it helps with the support transition a bit. Maybe this hero will be a real support hero now, not just something people play to have fun.
Get those big shackles going. Alright, so Moon on this Viper, really struggling. Getting doubled up on in CS by the OD thanks to these rotations from the Clockwork. Jabs is going to have to try and help out a little bit here after his disconnect and reconnect. And top lane, how's Ice doing? 10 and 1 against a Drow Clock lane. I guess he's in like a 1 versus 1.5 lane though, right? With the Chen and Clockwork heavily rotating. Monkey King's had a reasonably good time.
It's like one of those lanes where they're kind of there, but unless they're sitting there in your face hitting you, they don't really do a whole lot because you can always tree dance and then primal spring away, so he's a very hard kill. So what do you take from these lanes so far? I guess we've got some funky stuff going on. I know offlane Monkey King has been trending in the Southeast Asia and Chinese region. I would say we've seen it a bit before, or a bit after TI. But, I don't know, it's still such a weird hero.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes that usually you want to try and give a specific matchup, right? You know, you see an enemy Bloodseeker or Tide or, you know, some melee hero that struggles against the Monkey, and you're like, cool, we can have Monkey King off lane, but he's really going to be our 1 position. But Ice plays the kind of 2.5 role Monkey, where they just put him into any lane they want. He'll outplay people. He'll find ways to maneuver in some kind of lane. And then he starts farming, jumping around the map, looking for kills. And I guess with a Viper as your mid, you do need an additional kind of team fighty source of damage. Especially when Spectre's going to be sitting on this lane farming for the first 15 minutes or so. Trent's in chat saying he has to cast a land tomorrow on this new patch. Yep. Good luck with that, buddy.
Good luck. It's just, I guess Monkey King's one of those heroes where you can pick, or like you can, if there's a better carry that can win you the game's soul, like Spectre against the Drow is obviously super strong. He can get on top of her and just destroy her, but you know, it's that flex pick. It has that option available.
It's only just clicked that no one in this game has a poor man shield. Like, I know the item's been removed, and I know that you can't buy it anymore, but it's still such a weird thing seeing a Spectre with, you know, no slippers, a Monkey King with no slippers, no PMS. There's no Iron Talon for your Spectres and your Embers to catch up from poor laning stages. Jungling seems to have been nerfed pretty hard, to be honest. What is it? The first camp spawn at 1 minute rather than 30 seconds, and now you can't just go and sit in a jungle with PMS Iron Talon. So catching up as a core hero especially that falls behind in lane, seems like you have to do so much more, you know, active footwork to get them back in rather than just passively farming jungle now. I'll roll in to mid. True. Armel has an Astral to throw. He does get it in on the Viper, but with jabs here, they're going to be able to bring down the OD pretty swiftly. That DD rune pays off nicely. But yeah, like, hypothetically, let's say the Spectre starts falling behind after a couple of bad team fights. How do you come back in this game?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to fall back on, right? There's no big team fight, really. I mean, you can say Monkey King ult is kind of like a team fight skill, but alone, I'm not sure if it's enough. It really feels like it does come down to the early game from both of these teams, especially when you're playing with the Drow lineup.
Chen is found by Ice's Monkey King. That jump over the trees is so quick from him. 2 points already in the tree dance. And Jabs is just ready and waiting for any kind of backstab there. Fly Solo might get found as well. Nope, Bounty Rune spawns. Ice is out. He'll go and get his own little Bounty Rune for himself. As Boombax is trying to contest here. Bok does get the salve off, and with a Shikuchi on cooldown for 2 seconds, he's going to fall here to the Spectre. Mushi up in his face as the Chen a little bit slow with the movement across from the mid lane down towards bottom. They're still looking for a go here, potentially. Fly Solo has the cogs and battery assault ready. And with that ensnared, they'll try and set things up, but the skeleton behind the Clockwork, great shackle shot from Ninja Boogie, stops them in their tracks and makes sure that the suddenly aggressive Troy lane doesn't come to anything.
Very odd.
And then Ice just gets a free 1v1 lane against the Drow Ranger. He's happy with this. Mid lane's going okay with Moon. The Chen and Clockwork, we mentioned kind of at the end of the draft, their rotation has to work out, or every single movement kind of has to work out, because you don't have this, dedicated kind of, warding or laning support to, really consolidate and secure one lane. All of these movements across the map have to apply pressure, get kills, or else Mineski will start to really run away with this laning stage. But they're doing well so far. Drow and OD both CSing very well. Even Weaver with the Drow Aura doing an exceptional job in this bottom lane. And Chen's just going to plant himself down here. Give Weaver an even better time up against Mushi's Spectre and just apply that pressure that they need to do so.
Yep, as you said, the support was very snowball based, and now the snowball is starting, right? We've got the siege creep out down bottom, trying to apply some pressure here, but I don't know how much they can really do with this. Doesn't seem like that much.
Yeah, they've had to run back through the jungle. Ninja Boogie and Jabs don't have a smoke on them. They're getting ready to try and make a play here. They've been spotted by this Dire Observer Ward, though. Both of them have been seen. Bok just tries to bait them in a little bit, as Boombacks does need to be protected. And Chen, yeah, he's going for the Hand of Midas. We've seen this a lot from Chen players nowadays. Usually I feel it's the Medallion into Midas, and then you go into like an Aghanim Scepter, and you don't go for the kind of Arcanes, Greaves, Force Staff utility build. You just go for this late game monstrous army build with the Granite Golems, the Dragons for split pushing. And Chen really can become a much more mid to late game oriented hero than really what we've been used to seeing over the past 10 years, right? He was always early game, early game, early game. You push, you pressure, you kill. But now he's like, cool, I'll get Midas, Ags, get myself a big ancient creep, and then we look to secure high ground at some point.
Yep, the game has changed.
And Chen is back in here looking for Mushi. Won't find the initiation. It's actually Monkey King that dies up at top lane. Fly solo goes to the TP out, but with the shards and the snowball, I'll stop him. Won't let him succeed. Bot lane, there's a catch here onto the Wind Ranger, but with Windrun and now the turnaround with a Spectral Dagger, Mushi wants to chase in onto Boombacks. Test of Faith does a lot of damage. The Shackle shot is there. Catches the Chen as well as the creep. The damage not quite enough in from Ninja Boogie. Needs another hit, but with a gust, is that enough to save the Chen? With the body blocks from Jo, looks like it might just be. Ninja Boogie falls as he chases forward. The baits and the plays as Jo makes that early game rotation 7 minutes in, and the Drow Ranger is suddenly in this aggressive lane, playing with the Weaver and the Chen.
A much needed rotation. They needed some manpower to break open this lane, to stop Spectre from farming. Spectre's farming very, very well, but, if Clutch Gamers can start knocking down some of these tier 1s and taking over the map, they can prevent Spectre from really progressing through this game.
Where is Mushi? Oh, he's jungling. Yeah, Quelling Blade and Stout Shield. They feel so naked. On top lane, Fly Solo trying to set something up here for Bok, but Ice with the Wukong's command wants to turn this back on its head. Now he's in a spot where he can just sit back and wait for Clutch Gamers to maybe play a little bit too aggressively as an Astral. Onto Moon, the Hasted Viper still charging forward, looking for a go onto the Clockwork, but Bok just Shikuchi's away. They've created enough of a distance. And with that shrine...
There's a shrine here.
Where did the shrine come from?
Alright, anyways. Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. We have to wait until next night time and watch the creeps as they sleep. There are sleeping creeps now that don't aggro during night. Just like Dota 1.
We've come full circle back to the original game.
I mean, honestly, with a lot of these changes, I've seen a couple of people tweeting about it as well, that a lot of the changes make it feel like Dota 1. Ninja Creep sleeping, a lot of the map changes, mid lane's gonna be a 1v1 again. We'll see though, we'll see. It's top lane, smoke from Mineski to set something up. In comes the snowball, just about reaches the Drow. The Gust not in time with the Horn here. They're going to get the Spectre into battle as Jo caught inside the shards. The Shackle shot doesn't do too much, but it holds Jo in place long enough for Mineski to get that one kill. Bok should be okay here to TP and Shikuchi out if he wants to. Could potentially just stay in the lane. because that's a lot of heavy commitment from Mineski. 5 heroes all make their way up to top to get that 1 kill on Drow, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to secure themselves a tier 1 just yet either, as Clutch Gamers go for pressure on the other lanes. Maybe Mineski will dive in.
Rotation, but it feels worth it. They're making more happen with it.
Yeah, Clockwork now trapped inside Cogs. Shards are there to block him as well. Great shackle shot from Ninja Boogie. Will hold Fly Solo in as he feels the pain from Mineski. Bok seems like he's okay here. Has another Shikuchi in a couple of seconds, but yeah, they've turned it into a clock kill and then a tier 1. The glyph is forced, and there's not really anything Clutch are doing to the other towers. It looked like they were going to shift their momentum to maybe push out mid a little bit. But they're just going to lose a tier 1 after the team fight.
Yep, and even though it was such a super heavy commitment, and they still haven't taken this tower, by the way. That's just how slow and how long it takes to take down this tower, but it's worth it, right? They stopped this Drow Ranger from snowballing, from just going from tower to tower. It's very important.
Sick play. Weaver's just Shikuchi'd in the back. Absolute nuisance. Bok is causing all sorts of problems, and now they've got the vision for the hookshot in onto Mushi. And this is Wukong's command, and the boundless strike onto 2 is going to do a lot of damage in onto Fly Solo. There's the Hand of God, though, allowing them to get the kill onto Jabs before the Clockwork even dies. He's going to survive? No way! In the meantime, Moon has solo died to the Drow Ranger. We'll have a look in a second at what's going on towards mid, because Fly Solo's trapped Mushi in the cogs. The tower hits come through and finish him off as Mushi gets the kill, but this Astral will secure the kill on the Spectre. Oh, yeah, there, dead. Dead Spectre.
Nicely done.
So, did you catch a... Oh, God, bottom lane, ensnare into double stomp? Does Boombax have the damage to kill off... Oh, yes, he does. Ninja Boogie nearly dead. One more hit is all they need. Boombax goes for the TP, but the snowball stops him. Nice power shot as well. Ninja Boogie will win run away. Healed up by the urn. Very close to death, but very, very nifty moves to get out of that.
Nicely done. This game is action-packed. It's insane. It's crazy. We don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's going on. But we talked about that Weaver earlier in the draft, and there's a huge lack of reliable stuns on Mineski. Like, this Weaver just runs in Shikuchis in and out, hits people over and over, has tons of bonus damage from the Drow Ranger, of course. So, I mean, this hero can start to become a problem, especially when it's played from that offlane position with the Drow Aura. It's not like your primary source of damage. So he can afford to go for these utility items like the Solar Crest Medallion style build, the Agatum Scepter. He's got tons of options.
Yeah, sure does. And how are we looking for the Drow at this moment? Force Staff's nearly done. They'll need a couple... Oh, they're going to have double Force Staff in like a minute or something. OD has one and Drow nearly has hers. So we'll see these team fights really kind of blossom for Clutch Gamers.
And with the major lack of stuns, these double Force Staffs are going to be such a nuisance. And both teams smoked up. Perhaps they will collide into each other here. Moon's been spotted.
What's their catch, though? The hook shot perfect from Fly Solo. Isosaurus has died elsewhere, but Moon immediately blown up through the cogs. As Monkey King died up at top to this Weaver, it looks like, even with 2 Mineski supports. Not too far off to the side. Ninja Boogie and Jabs now go in with a shackle shot into power shot. Jabs with the damage, but Bok is already away. The dust is there. 3 stick charges available for the Weaver, though. As the dagger arrives, he's not going to get away from Mushi's Spectre, though. Haunt into dagger. And then look to TP mid with Ninja Boogie to slow this push down somewhat. Clears out a couple of creeps, but Chen has a full army. Alpha Wolf, Satyr, and this big old Centaur ready to push down bot tier 2 with a creep wave already here. It's low HP. That's another easy building, another easy objective. Clutch Gamers just seem to have a firm grasp on this map.
They do, right? I mean, they've been trading kills. Both teams are making plays on each other to gank, pick people off, smoke up and everything, but Clutch are coming out on top, it feels like, with the clear tower advantage here. And that's really what their draft speaks, right? We see the Chen, the Drow Ranger, you think 5-man group up, hit towers, take over the map that way, and then eventually transition it into some sort of Roshan. But, I don't know, Spectre, he's one of these heroes that he just needs that one item, right? That Radiance or some other item to help him assist in fights. In this case, it looks like the Mask of Madness, so that'll be pretty good for running these heroes down, but they've still got a long way to go before it feels like they're ready to fight.
Especially when your Viper has nothing. Like, Mushi, sure, gets the Mask of Madness delivered now. That's a great kind of farming slash fight.
This bad.
No, right. Like you mentioned the mom on the Spectre, so I was like, cool. But Viper has 3.9k net worth,
He
14
hasn't
minutes
even
in.
entered the game yet.
What?
Yeah, it's insane.
Well,
Radiant's top
I
tower.
was asking about catch-up mechanics for the Spectre.
Radiant structures.
Mask of Madness is going to be one of those tools, but for the Viper it's much more difficult. You need a team fight consistently as this hero to get back into the game.
Radiant's
Ice looks like he avoids a gank down at bottom, but again, Clutch, they just take another objective. Tier 1 top falls. They're really securing a great kind of area of map. It's a nice zone around the Roshan pit for themselves, as long as they can move in and get an observer ward down of some sort over towards this top Radiant tier 2. But for now, they're just going to be farming both sides of the jungle. Mineski struggling. Ice does need to get into this game, closing in on the Echo Saber. And he'll be a great source of damage here for Mineski, but Fly Solo ready with a hook shot. They, ooh, miss out on the actual catch on the Wind Ranger, instead hitting a range creep, and Ninja Boogie does just about get away with the wind run.
Yep, nicely done. If he were to die there, then this tower push would be even easier, but with Windrunner up, it'll take a bit longer. She can power shot and pull the creeps off the tower.
Fly Solo's in deep, though.
Radiant's top
He's pretty tanky. Tranquils, and now Jabs chased
Look
in.
at this Weaver,
Moon.
just runs in. There's no
Mo-
stuns.
Yeah, Moon just TPs in aggressively as well. I mean, that's a very ballsy play. Won't be punished for it just now. Ninja Boogie does get the D-ward off as well, immediately removing that vision from Clutch. But the push doesn't stop, right? Clutch just keep on, you know, hammering through. With a tornado now coming out, Wukong's command is trying to zone them away.
I guess this is one way to defend your tower.
Now do you just go Roshan? Wukong's is down?
I don't know. They have to deal with the Spectre in the bottom lane split pushing. I guess so. Yep, Rosh it is.
I don't care, Spectre. She only has Mom.
Dire's bottom tower.
Very true. Very far away from anything else.
Oh, how are we looking for Clutch on items? Hurricane done for the OD. The Dry Ranger still saving up a bit of money here as Diffusal Blade being built by the Weaver. Went for the experience gain and not the mana break, but in comes the Monkey King. The Hand of God is there. Aegis taken by the OD as the damage from Ice is looking pretty big. He's going to take down a couple here. No, the Hurricane Pike, 4 staff away. Jo and Armel both saved themselves. Mushi does secure themselves 1 and 2. Moon looking to drop as well, but the Weaver in the back lines. There's a Swarm coming through across. A great time lapse gets Bok a little bit of distance here, but the damage, the Shackle Shot, they don't have the reveal anymore. The OD clears up. Jabs on the Tusk, and Ninja Boogie will be falling shortly after. The one silver lining is that Mushi has survived through this fight, got a number of kills, now up to 3,000 gold. So it seemed relatively even, but it's a 1,000 net worth gain there for the Radiant. A lot of that goes onto the Spectre, about 560 or so, along with the streaks that he got from the Dire team. But also, Aegis was taken away from Clutch.
Yeah, I think that was extremely well done for Mineski there. Their execution was good, the Haunt gives vision, and they were able to secure the last hit on Roshan. It's one of those things where, like, yes, Clutch are stronger, but they are sitting in the pit, tanking spells over and over to the point where it's really easy for Mineski to just maneuver in and out with these heroes like the Tusk, Spectre, and the Monkey King, of course. These heroes are also elusive, right? It's just so difficult to take a fight like that when they can see everything and just position the way they want. It's like, Clutch needed that Roshan cleanly to be able to hit high ground, it feels like. And now without that, perhaps they're just going to go back and farm a bit more.
Scanning. Radiant are scanning.
I just can't see, like, I just can't see them being able to take a fight inside of Mineski's base at the moment. It feels like they need some big power spike. OD is super farmed, and I guess once he gets that Lincoln Sphere, that'll help him a lot in these fights. There is still the lack of disables, though, from Mineski, so, you know, it's just so weird how the fights play, right? Sometimes you get a Clutch Shackle that hits 2 heroes, and then boom, it's easy to kill that target, but sometimes it's like a shard into a snowball kind of gank, or like the the Shackled target gets 4-staffed away, and then you end up chasing. It's just, oh, there's also the Chen Recall, too, that we haven't talked about. There's a bunch of different tools they can use to kite out Mineski's lineup.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dyer's
Hello, Gareth, you there?
is under attack. Dyer's structures are fortified.
That's my bad.
Alright, you're back.
Yeah, I am back. I had a slight microphone malfunction. Had to unplug it and replug it back in.
Dyer's top tower.
Alright, no problemo. Good to have you back.
Big
I thought
issue.
it was something on my end. I was freaking out.
Oh no, it's me. We're having a glorious morning here in Berlin. Don't worry. I was looking to talk about the Viper and the new Nether Toxin, removing passive, lowering resistance.
That's so weird.
It's no longer a passive, it's an active. Ice Frog, getting rid of all these passive abilities. Oh, Ice, top lane. He's got the Wukong's command onto Fly Solo and Jo. Here comes the big hits as well. Boundless Strike on cooldown for 15. The Gust back. Jo trying to get a bit of space here. A nice 4-staff down from Armel. Does give them a bit of room. The hookshot now comes in onto Ice. They've juked around the Wukong's command and they'll find a kill onto Ice here.
Mushi dies too.
How does Mushi die?
Weaver has a diffusal blade, and with that Drow Aura, it's got so much damage. Very unexpected.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, it's a couple of big kills. 2 big cores gone. Clutch gamers don't really have a way to move in towards tier 3s though. I'm just going to have to try and shove these waves out. Maybe pressure tier 2 top and finish that one off before trying to secure the area around the Roshan again. But Mineski seems to be coming back into this pretty strongly now. The Viper has an item, Dragonlance, nearly with the full Hurricane Pike as the 4 staffs near to completion. And even Mushi, a couple of hundred away from that big old Radiance.
Yeah, that Radiance is really looking pretty scary right now. They do have Chen. He can kind of counteract the Radiance damage by ulting, but it's not really enough. You know, it helps a little bit. But, I don't know, it just feels like that Roshan was a big turning point in this game. If Clutch were able to secure that Rosh cleanly without dying and throwing their lives away for the Aegis, then maybe they could have just snowballed and ran down a lane and just been too strong for Mineski to fight. But now, Mineski have everything they need to take these engagements, probably. I mean, I'd have to assume this Radiance is going to do huge work in these fights.
Well, there is a BKB on the OD now. Will mitigate some of that Radiance's power as Ice, he's made this play on top to clear the wave. Not going to get caught though. Fly Solo didn't have an angle for the hook shot, and it looks like he's still trying to scout out for the Monkey King, but just assuming he's TP'd away. Won't go for any more rocket flares. Who, the Monkey? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's an offlaner, right? So who cares if he gets picked up this far away from base? It's not going to be like, you know, them taking racks or anything, and he can just keep the lane pressure up all the time.
He just keeps clearing wave. Jump in, kill it off. Boundless Strike, does he jump? He can't just yet. The hookshot's there. Fly Solo, they set the trap, and Ice has fallen straight into it. They go for the haunt play here. I don't know if Mushi's trying to get up towards top. He is. Mushi's in. He's got himself the Radiance and the Mask Master's going, but Armel just slams him with a couple of Arcane Orbs, and Mushi's going to fall soon, unless the damage, the control from Jabs, the Shackle as well. As Mineski sweep through Clutch in what looked like an awfully dangerous engagement. After the Monkey died, I thought they would try and bail, but they commit and they make it work.
It looked disastrous. Monkey died pretty much instantly. They didn't really use any cooldowns for it, but then the Haunt came out with the 2-man Shackle. Mushi was dying so fast, too. If they didn't get that Shackle, he would have died in, like, probably a second later. But I guess, you know, that's confidence, right? Going in to make a play like that. It looked real good.
Are we starting to see this Drow Ranger lineup kind of lose momentum since that Roshan Aegis was never really successfully kind of pushed with the advantage?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of has hit that wall to where she can't really... She's lost her grasp on the game. You know, she missed that big timing where you get Roshan and you just run down a lane and you're able to end games against these late game monsters like Spectre, and now it's like... Now it's a field day for Spectre. He can do as he pleases.
Excellent.
Well, if they catch someone with Fly Solo, maybe, this hookshot initiation can net them a couple of big kills. They're going to walk straight into Ninja Boogie here. The Wind Ranger out on her own, but with a 4-staff on their support Wind Ranger, Ninja Boogie just runs away. Wind run again in 5 seconds time. The force staff forward onto Bok, and now the purge. Shackle shot turnaround, but Ninja Boogie will finally die, but that's an awful lot of commitment for a 5-roll Wind Ranger. While Mushi and Ice both split pushing bottom lane, they'll have to come back and defend as tier 3 though, because it looks like Clutch feel that wall is there and they need some way to break it. One pick off, one kill is what they've got, and they want to try and turn it into something bigger. Aghanim's Chen means they've got the Ancient Granite Golem going. This big old buff to your HP is pretty nice for the Drow. Chipping away at the tower with a glyph here from the Radiant and the Dire to try and push their creeps forward and also keep their towers alive.
Wow.
Mineski, they want in. I mean, Mushi, he's just split pushing bottom lane. He's on the tier 2. Wave being cut here by Ice, going for the courier snipe. He gets it as well. Clutch Gamers, I think they've been stopped here. Mushi can now get himself out of this battle with a TP scroll. He's ready to go, but the rocket flare in. 10 seconds until hookshot's there. The chase back towards mid lane as the shackle shot does catch in onto the Chen. But Corino might have, Boombax even, might have just given his life away from that. And he will indeed, as Bok will get back with the Shikuchi away, and it looks like Mushi managed to survive from the Clockwork's TP back. So Mushi and Mineski, they save their tier 3, they get a kill, and now it's their turn to push out across the map.
Very, very well done from Mineski there. Ice making the big plays, scouting out the entire Dire, just sitting on the tree there, and they were able to take that even without Haunt. So the world is their oyster now.
And with Roshan up in a minute and a half, it feels pretty good for Clutch. It feels less bad for Clutch. I'm not going to say it feels good for them. The fact that Mineski can't just go in and take Roshan, but Ice, 2-man boundless strike. He's going to get himself down off the tree here as the Haunt does push Mushi into the arms of Armel. Leap forward from the Primal Spring will catch the OD. The Shrine has been popped by the 4 hits from the Jingu Mastery, and this Monkey King is a monster. Mushi keeps on going into the Drow Ranger, forced to run away, but with the Force Staff barely getting some space away from Mineski, they'll clear up 3 here. Clutch just losing people left and right as Bok has to get himself over the trees, but the Shackle Shot follows the Weaver over the cliff top, and that's a 4-man swipe down as Mushi, with this Radiance, just turns the game on its head.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, and that's the first Haunt we've seen with, or actually that's not the first, but it's just another dominating team fight with Haunt. It's like, perhaps they missed their timing, and now they are paying.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The Spectre looks unstoppable, and even though they have a very short amount of disables, they're making them count. They're hitting these big shackle shots. Monkey King's getting off these huge boundless strikes. That was a 3-man stunt to start off the team fight. So yeah, I mean, everything looks good here from Mineski. I don't really see what Clutch can do. I guess OD is very large. Maybe he can stack up the Arcane Orbs and get off a big Sandy's Eclipse, but unless, it's one of these things where Mineski have to, ignore the OD, right? If they ignore the OD and go for other people, then OD has that chance to stack it up and get a big ultimate off, but as long as they just focus him and look for him in these team fights and pressure him out so he can't just sit there, it looks pretty easy for Mineski to play the game right now.
Yeah, we honestly need some big Force Staff saves or something from these Dire heroes. Even Clockwork might be looking for one of these utility items, just like a Lotus or honestly, I don't know. Clockwork needs something to save his team. He can't just be that hookshot in and initiate onto one target. They need something to try and disrupt the team fight a little more to keep Drow and OD alive.
Yep, at this point, Drow's a glorified range creep, right? Haunt comes out and she presses Shadow Blade and runs away.
Mushi, forced to Manta here with a dagger forward. He takes Bok down to about 1/3 of his HP, looking to solo kill Fly Solo. This 2-man initiation into the Spectre, not really working out how Clutch would have expected. Fly Solo does survive with a little bit of backup here. Jo arrives. Moon setting up for a battle though as Ninja Boogie power shots forward. Won't catch vision of the Clockwork just yet. Hiding away in the trees, but Mineski brought the cavalry along to protect Mushi as they hold onto the Haunt still with Mask of Madness Manta ready to go. They could look to try and set up a fight top lane, but it looks like they're just happy to sit back, farm these jungle camps while they have Clutch kind of hemmed back in their base, They know Roshan's not being taken. They know the bot lane is being pushed in here by Ice's Monkey King. Just making sure that Clutch don't get any free farming time on any of these mid or top lanes or their own Dire jungle.
Yep, they're kind of, they're hanging out with their friends. Everyone sticks together. Nobody really splits off on their own because there is that threat of the Haunt. There always is that Monkey King threat. You know, even though he's kind of he's farming, right? But it does a lot. He constantly keeps these waves in. It makes it difficult for clutch gamers to group up, and every time he gets that lane in, he knows that if they're not there, they're moving on other places of the map, and it makes the game very, very easy for them to play because it just gives you so much information. It's an interesting style of how to play the hero, and I think it looks pretty strong, actually.
Yeah, it sure does. Mushi, an absolute god this game. As the second smoke in as many minutes here from CG, they smoked out of base to go mid, then smoke immediately again to try and make a play bottom, but Ice up on this treetop. He's going to jump over them now. Oh, hookshot misses. He leaps away. The Viper caught inside the cogs. The BKB is there. Wukong's command looks good, and the Haunt does come through here from Mineski. OD off to the west, but Moon struggling to focus the target. Finally finishes off the clockwork. Now they can look for the Weaver. The OD pops his Eclipse over onto the Monkey King as Ninja Boogie blinks away. Down to the southeast, the Weaver is found. Not quite killing off Moon as the shards don't block him in. Bok does get the Force Staff away. And the Astral onto Mushi, damage in from Armel. ODL already expended, of course, but in comes the Shackle Shot again. Ninja Boogie slows this fight down. Shards with the Snowball. Gonna try and latch onto Jo, and they do get the Drow Ranger here. Just need a bit more damage to pump into the mix. Jo earned up, but they turn back. Jabs missing. What? He's evading everything. His Solar Crest gets him away from Armel's OD some way, somehow. But Mushi, he's TPing away from the fight. Doesn't want to be involved anymore, and Bok looks like he'll be able to secure another kill here onto Jabs. Clutch Gamers, they do hold on. But a lot of expenditure here just to bring down the Monkey King and a couple of supports as Mineski still feels like they've got control over this map. But it's a decent step here from Clutch just to win that team fight in its own right. But look, they're just chasing Ninja Boogie for days on end.
I mean, it's like, we talked about this earlier, right? The Viper. He's so far behind kind of the other, like almost all these heroes, or compared to the other heroes in the game, to where, like, they're kind of missing that extra power, right? Spectre is super farmed, and he does a ton of damage in these team fights, but Viper pops the BKB, 4 steps out of the cogs, and he's kind of just sitting there hitting this offlane Weaver who destroys him. It's not even close. It's just, they need more time, right? They just need more farm, and they have all the time they need. Boomback's probably going to go down here. Oh, just kidding. Look at that shrine.
Good hookshot as well from Clock. The Gust does push Ice out of the trap, though, and this might buy enough time for him to jump. No, they've got the damage. Right clicks come up, and the Centaur was ready as well, so they do bring down Ice. Chen survives through it all. That minus 10 seconds Test of Faith cooldown, not too bad for these nuke spams to come out. 6-second cooldown on a potential 400 damage, pure damage nuke, not bad.
Not bad at all. And this is Roshan, but Mineski, they have Haunt if they want to make this happen here. They'll probably fish for a Shackle Shot.
Well, CG, they tried to move up the ramp, aggressively playing into the Wind Ranger, finding that kill immediately. Now the Astral onto Moon, has his BKB and a Hurricane Pike ready to go. Full staff's up on top of the cliff, and he'll be fine for now, but this opens up Roshan really nicely for Clutch. Mushi holding onto the Haunt. I feel like they still want to go in. Of course they do. Snowball forward. Roshan nearly dead. He's about to fall. Mushi gets the Aegis. Of course he does. Somehow Mineski make a play when they look like they are at disadvantage. Big ulti from the OD clears up the first life of the Spectre. But Moon trapped now in between 4 Clutch Gamer heroes as Mushi doesn't really have an avenue of attack. Moon goes for the TP. Nothing to stop him, but damage from Bok will finally kill off the Viper as Mushi battles through, looking for the slow and control from Jabs' Tusk. They take down the Weaver. Bok is finally dead. Mushi now looks for Armel, but Jo's trapped on the wrong side of the ramp here. Good Hurricane Pike onto Mushi, pushes him up, but the damage, where is it? OD gets the miss uphill. Mushi still survives, and Monkey jumps in aggressively, playing into Fly Solo. Mushi about to die, but the cheese is there, keeps himself up and running, and Clutch Gamers being ripped apart here. Triple for Mushi, and Ice wants some more with a Diffusal Blade there, slow in onto Armel. They'll get the Focus Fire from Wind Ranger. Item drops from Ice in front of Armel. I don't know if he got any. Doesn't look like he did. Ice picks them all up, but it's Mushi with the ultra kill. And Clutch Gamers, they must be close to tapping out at this point. Oh, that Roshan steal. Aegis and cheese on the Spectre. Godlike plays from Mineski, but Mushi and Ice, this has been their show from beginning to end.
Yep, completely agree. They've been playing very, very well, and you know, it's just one of these things, right? It's the Spectre versus Drow Ranger matchup. What can you really do at this stage of the game against the Drow? Look at his form. he hasn't progressed in the last 15 minutes, and that's just what happens in a game like this. Buyback's coming out, but looks like they'll hold here.
They give away their racks, but they do save... they give away their tier 3, sorry, but they save their racks. Bottom lane, even Mushi has illusions, taking down a tier 2, and it looks like it, falls before CG can even get there. Do you see the OD with the Shackle Shot animation?
I do. He just keeps casting Shackle over and over. He doesn't know what's going on either.
What's happening? It looks pretty sick, to be honest.
It actually looks cool, like if there was an item that gave that aura or something. I'd buy it.
That's like the one thing we're missing, right? Is the old Warcraft 3, like Assault Cuirass, Vlad's drums auras, but... Well, we have a Shackle Shot aura now, guys. That's what we've been missing. This Blink 4-staff Wind Ranger, though. Ninja Boogie, 2, 5, and 14 has just been leading clutch on these, merry goose chases non-stop. So difficult to bring down heroes of Mineski. BKBs, Solar Crests, Wind Run, a million 4-staffs, and now you're looking at a Monkey King with a 10-second BKB on top of Echo Diffusal. Things are not going to get easy here for Clutch in the next team fight.
Not at all, and, we've seen Haunt in the past nerfed to have a really long cooldown. It's 3 minutes at level 1, but it doesn't even feel like they can really play around this cooldown, right? It's like, they can't force anything when it's down. It's kind of just, Mineski always has their lanes out, they're always ready, moving together. I don't know, it seems difficult.
It sure does.
Maybe that's
maybe with the smoke popping. Oh, Monkey King bound to strike forward. Only catches the Chen creeps. Now with the Diffusal Blade forward onto Armel. The dagger as well. The Astral. And then the Blink likely will be able to save him. Gets the full staff away. Boombax is in trouble, but you're right. The DD box shackled up to the trees in behind. Spectre not going to commit further north. Just sends the illusions forward as the stun onto Weaver. Gets the time lapse off eventually. But this is a big move from Ice in with a Boundless Strike. He's got his BKB going, but the damage from Drow Ranger looks like it might be enough. It's bringing him down, but the bonus armor, Wukong's command, keeps Ice up and running. He's surviving, but finally falls. Bok will retreat. Now comes the Haunt. 4-staff up to the high ground. Bok being chased. Radiant's burning in onto Jayo as well. There's the jaunt forward. As Mushi hunts in, gets a triple again, and he's looking for another ultra here. OD's gonna get taken down by Mushi Spectre, finds the ultra kill, and GG is called. It's over. Clutch gamers, they're done with this. Mushi Spectre's just too much.
Well played, both teams. Mineski end up taking it, and again, I feel like it just goes right back to that Roshan fight. Perhaps it was a rushed play, but Mineski played it very, very well. They were able to get like 3 or 4 rotations of all their long-range nukes off, the shards, power shot, and yeah, that's just kind of what happens, right, with the Drow lineup when you can't close out the game properly.
Yeah, there were like a couple of those fights as well, right? The one in Roshan, then there was the one top where the Monkey King died, and Mineski were like, yeah, so what? Fuck it, we're going in. And they just haunt and kill people. I feel like Mineski were just on top form, way, way stronger at understanding when they were strong. Clutch gamers, sure, they appeared strong, but I feel like there was this underestimation from, myself included, about this Mushi Spectre. And dear God, did he just run that game. 41,000 hero damage. Oh boy, game 1 goes the way of Mineski. These are best of 3s though, of course, so in a couple of minutes, we'll have game number 2 coming up, see if Clutch gamers can swing it back their way. Game 1 Drow lineup did not work